All right, here we go. First exercise of the day is our good morning. So our feet, hips width apart, a little bend in our knees, and this is how our knees are going to stay the whole time. So we're not going to be straight up. We're not going to bend them anymore. We're going to have them just like that. Hands are up, so this is going to give us some shoulder work while we're here. I'm going to do one from the front first, and then I'm going to turn from the side so you can see my body. So I'm up here. I'm going to keep my chest out, my back flat, go down to my body's at a 90-degree angle, and I'm going to pull it up nice and slow, working through my low back and my quads, or my hamstrings and my glutes. So from the side, hips width, little bend, arms up, going down to 90, and pulling it back up nice and slow. So this is also giving me shoulder work just by holding the weights up in the air. And remember, if those weights are too heavy, just holding your arms up in the air in that static position is really going to help to work those shoulders too. So there's our good morning. Next is going to be our incline chest press. So for the incline, we come forward on the ball, drop our butt down. Okay?
I want it on the side here.
All right, you got me?
Yeah, that's better.
So my back is wrapped around the ball. I'm not up in the air at all. My hands are going to start right here, just like I did my chest press before. I'm going to press over the middle of my chest again, down nice and slow so I feel my shoulder blades wrap around the ball. And what you want to feel for is the back of your arms, your triceps, to feel that ball so you really feel the squeeze. So again, I'm going to press it up, and I'm going to squeeze it on down right there. Yep. Okay? I'm going to just go ahead and show you our skull crusher while we're here. Skull crusher, we're up here. Got our bottom squeezed up in the air. My weights are going to be together. I'm going to look to have my arms over the middle of my chest, so not over my head, so that when I bend down, I'm just going to hinge from that elbow joint. So I'm up here. I'm hinging from the elbow joint right down towards my skull, pressing it up ever so slowly. So I don't want my wrists cocked back here when I'm here. I want them up strong right there. So I'm going to come down and slowly control that back up, working the back of my arms. Okay, skull crusher. Good. Next, front raise. So this is going to work the front of our shoulders. So again, my stance, feet, hips width apart, slight bend of the knees, my chest is out, weights are together. I'm going to raise up to my eye level and down nice and slow. Raising up and bringing it down nice and slow. So that is my front raise. I'm going to do everything up here. So we're going to do our single arm row. So if you don't have enough weight at home, we're going to take 2 5s. Instead of just doing a 10-pound weight if you don't have a 10 at home. While I'm here, I've got my back flat, my chest is out. Arms hanging down, not straight down here, up forward just a little bit so my shoulder's getting some work. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to roll back, my elbow nice and tight close to my body, control it forward in that slow motion. Squeeze, roll back, bring it forward nice and slow. So I'm working my lat muscle all the way down the side of my back. Okay, from there, we're going to come down to the mat. First one we're going to do is our hip press, so or pelvic thrust, whatever you want to call it. Hands are to the side. So to do it with both legs, hands are here. I'm going to squeeze my cheeks up in the air as high as I can, drop down nice and slow, just tap my butt on the ground and squeeze it right back up again. When that gets easier, if you feel better about it, we can go to single leg. So single leg, I still have my leg in the same spot, my hands to the side, once again pushing up as high as I can, controlling it down, tapping my butt, pushing up, then we'll switch legs. Squeeze it up, drop down, okay? Single leg. From there, we're going to go into our leg lifts. You can do them lying flat on your back. I prefer to do these on my elbow. We're going to do a series of stopping at the top, middle, down low, and reverse it. So we're going to come up. We're going to go halfway down, bring it down low. If you notice, my feet are flexed. That gives me more work down low in my belly. Bring it back up. So you can do as many of these as you want that you feel you have control, but what I want you to be able to do is to have enough control that when you get down to the bottom, you can hold here for 5 to 10 seconds, and then you can feel yourself really start to shake in there. That's kind of cool. Okay, next, another ab exercise is our V-sit. So the V-sit is named that because obviously the shape of our body is into a V. So the first thing I do is I put my heels on the ground. They're not digging in, they're just barely touching. I roll my chest back, open up, and I'm squeezing nice and tight in here. If you get really good at this, you want to lift your legs. That makes it even harder. You can see I'm going to have a little shake in there, which is really good. Okay, so that's the V-sit. Now, that works top to bottom. We got to get our sides worked in there, so nothing on the sides hanging over. So we're going to take, again, our 5-pound weight. We're going to do our Russian twist. So we're going to start right up here. What I'm going to do, make sure is that my hips are always facing forward and that I'm not going to twist so I can really isolate in my sides. So my arms are here. I'm going to drop down and pull it up nice and slow. What's important here, my top arm is pretty straight coming over, so I'm squeezing through those obliques and controlling that back up. Squeezing down and up, and down, and up. Okay? Last exercise, our tricep push-up. So, to do on your knees, depending on your wrist, the hands are going to be closer together. So if this close hurts your wrist and you need to turn them out a little bit, that's fine also. I'm going to put my hands right here. My body, I want this nice straight position between shoulders and hips again. My butt not back there or down there, so that when I go down, everything goes down together, everything comes up together. So I go down, push up through my palms, back up. If you can only go here to here, that's fine so long as you're not pushing your butt. So I'd rather you have a shorter range of motion than to try to go down and lose your form. So we go down and push it up. Our cardio spurt through this is our jumping jacks. So our modified jumping jacks we did today were just a step in and out. Okay, that's a regular jumping jack. And then a seal jumping jack is if you do this. So do these 60 seconds in between 4 or 5 of the exercises. Repeat all 3 times. There's a great workout.
Sweet.